Hello, okay, we're on the beach. So it's a little bit blustery as we set up now, but what I'm going to do is start off with a 3-hook flapper. 3 1/0 hooks, they're not clipped down or anything. I'm just going to stick some lugworm on here. These are gutted lug. Shop bought. I know I should go and try and get my own really, just to get all those good juices, but shop bought is fine for today. You can see it's really good. I don't really want to say it, bassy conditions. But the water really does look good, doesn't it? Look at that, the bass like it all churned up. So the reason we've got these 3 lugworm on here, just want to get some bait in the water to start off with. Nice bait trail. There's a chance of some sole, Dover sole. We actually had this one the other day. It's a weird looking fish, isn't it? Look at that. And that came in through the weed. Success with using peeler crab. This is frozen peeler crab. Tipping the lugworm with that. The sole wasn't the only thing we had. 48 hours ago, cast out. Sort of similar conditions to today. But I just wanted to share this catch with you. So I really think we benefited from some good strong winds. The tides are getting bigger, and managed to catch this, which, if you don't know, is a bass. The tide's gone a long way out. It's exposed this little sandbank at the bottom of the shingle here. I've had good fish here before, so I'm quite optimistic. We're going to cast out this 3-hook flapper, and then we're going to look at this other rod and do something a bit different here. So we're after the bass, maybe a conger, certainly a possibility of some Dover sole. Lovely conditions. We've got a southerly wind today, so it's pushing straight into my face, and at least that's my excuse for my poor casting anyway. Hopefully it will push some bits of food for the fish to feed on where the shingle meets the sand here. It's usually a good spot as the tide comes in. As I say, we are now right on low tide, and it's quite blustery. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the session today. It's just moving round to a southwesterly really. I bought one of these cheap Amazon reels, and yeah, instantly regretted it. The handle fell off, so I've had to replace the handle with a decent Sonic one. You don't save any money, do you, trying to get these cheap ones? I thought I might be alright, but actually everything went wrong with this. The handle fell off and all sorts. Well, lovely evening. So thank you very much for watching. So hopefully you'll enjoy today. I'm going to cast out another rig with squid on it, a big bit of squid. See how that one goes. This will pick up the bass if they're there, I think. So yeah, this is the cheap Amazon job. I'm not sure how long it's going to last. The opposite end of the scale is something that lasts really well, which is the Surf Blaster. It's been very robust, that one. I'm getting some little taps on that, but of course it could be the surf, especially with the braid on those reels. A little bit more sensitive. We'll have a look, shall we? It did feel like something. Right about now I get that, you know, that disappointment feel where you pull in and no, there's nothing on there. Frustrating. Alright, keep going. I do find it quite interesting looking back at my casting. You can always find faults. I think here the main thing is I have got a little bit of a shoulder injury, but you can see where my weight comes off my right leg there. A little bit unbalanced, isn't it? Best to stay firmer. Not the best example of casting, but yeah, I recommend it. Have a video of your own cast and feel free to critique mine all you like. So it looks a little bit featureless, this, doesn't it? But what I'm seeing here is obviously the deeper water is out there. The deeper water is about 50 metres out. Ideally I want to be putting a bait just before it hits this little sandbank, and it's going to race in a minute, nice and quickly. I'll have to wait and see. And troughs there as well where the water gets a little bit deeper. They're the bits without the waves. It's an interesting little venue, this. Cascade rig ready to go, that'll clip on there. It should be able to get a little bit more distance. So here behind me is a really good example of a place to put your bait. You can see that it's been gouged out by the surf when it comes around the end of that groin. So that's a real deep area there, and when the tide comes in, it's another good spot to put your bait. Well, all the hooks have gone. Well, all the bait's gone off those hooks. You often find that crabs are the culprit, but it's sometimes those real small swimmer crabs, I think. They can be quite aggressive with their feeding. So the tide is now really on the turn. It's going to whip in quite quickly. So I want to put this Cascade rig out as far as I can while I've still got a little bit of this flat sand here, and then the tide will come and cover that to some depth, I think. Right, so this tide is properly coming in now. I think we've just had a good bite on that black rod. Oh, and maybe the yellow now. Yeah, look at the black rod there. You see that? Yeah. Right, let's go and have a look. Well, we got a bass. No, nothing. Well, I was about to say things calmed down a bit now as we got onto the shingle, but I think we got something on, haven't we? Look at that black one. Let's have a look. See the black rod? I mean, it's going to ping about. I mean, it's going to ping around a little bit, isn't it? Because the tide and those little waves, small waves. You know, there's about 8 or 9 breakers there. I'm looking for something that looks more like a rattle. Moving back a little bit. This is it, the next half hour usually is the best time. The match anglers like them, but they're not quite what we wanted today. Two little dogfish. Should be able to do without pliers. Very rough. It's almost an hour with the squid, nothing on it, so a little bit of a change in tactics. I'm just going to put a 3-hook flapper, use up some of the lugworm now. Got about another 20 minutes fishing, and yeah, let's just use the lug up now. I wasn't getting anything on that squid. Just put this one out. Well, the wind's changed direction, it's gone right away round. We've now got an easterly. We did have a southwesterly earlier, so I'm not sure that'll affect the fishing short term, but it has calmed things down a little bit. Those dogfish were quite interesting, especially on a lugworm, the two together. I haven't had a dogfish for a while from here. They do sort of steal the bait a little bit. So dogfish, not exactly what we wanted. But it's nice to feel something on the line there, and then just having the two small ones. I haven't had a dogfish from here for quite a while actually, so I suppose it's an interesting catch, sort of. So lots of lug out now. We know we can get something like a dogfish on it, but let's just hope for something a bit more interesting. It's funny fishing, isn't it? You're really happy, you catch a fish, a little bit elated, yeah, here we go, I love fishing, and then you just want that a little bit more, and then it goes for another hour and you haven't caught a fish, and you just want that, another one. You see these rods really lurch over. The tide's racing in, there's some big tides coming into October. We haven't seen a whiting yet. Tide is coming. You usually see a whiting or two by now this time of year. I love this bit where they come through the surf. Hopefully come through the surf. There's something here. It's not really fighting, whatever. It's not really fighting. Wait here. Should be a doggy again. Unceremonious. A couple of doggies. Another one. Well, something here. Good pouting. Small little dogfish, look at that. Probably the smallest one I've ever caught. What a cutie. Tiny. Pouting's going on as live bait. It's not going to be a dogfish fest again. It's not going to be a dogfish fest, I hope. Well, another dogfish. So we can't not catch them at the moment. Another one to put back. Well, let's hope. Last cast. 3-hook flapper. Let's hope for something that's not a dogfish. Squid on one, lug on the others. Last cast. Well, overall, I really enjoyed it. It was nice to get out. Real changeable conditions from it being bright sunlight to a bit of rain there. As always, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, and YouTube wants you to watch this video next.